What's up guys, Stevie here with Lucky Crit. Nintendo recently launched a new trailer for the next upcoming Fire Emblem Heroes banner, featuring Celica's crew this time around, including herself, May, Boey, and Genny. Let's take a look.
I take my duties as Princess of Zofia quite seriously.
Thankfully, ever since the World of Radiance banner, they're now showing us the skills these units will come with. Celica will be a Red Mage, and her weapon at 5 stars will be Ragnarok, which looks pretty powerful, and also allows her to receive a +5 to attack and speed if she begins combat with full HP. Afterward though, she'll take at least 5 damage to ensure she can't do it again. Coupling her with a healer or another unit with healing capabilities looks to be a great strategy, so she'll be able to continue nuking enemy units with the full force of Ragnarok. She also gets Blazing Light, like Leo and Xander, which is a pre-attack AoE skill, but it has a pretty hefty cooldown, so for arena purposes I'd probably swap that out for something that activates a lot faster and adds more damage. She also gets a brand new A skill in Distant Defense 3, which grants her +6 defense and resistance when being attacked by ranged enemies using bows, daggers, magic, and staves. This is a cool counterpart to the distant attack skills we've gotten on characters like Hector and Takumi, and shows that meta-wise, things will be getting a little bit more defense-based in the days to come. More on this later though. She also gets Spur Defense 3.
I see how it's going to be.
Boey will be a Green Mage with a brand new weapon called Gran Owl. This weapon will boost his attack, speed, defense, and resistance by the number of adjacent allies ×2. This could be good if you have a really tight-knit team that moves as a pack, but in actual use we'll have to see how effective this is in the arena meta. Regardless, I suppose you could always slap a Ground Blade Plus on him from Nino or others. He also gets Ignis, which seems decent on him, as in Echoes, Boey tends to be a bit on the tanky side as far as his stats go, with not much speed, so if his defense is high in Heroes, this skill may work well for him. For practicality's sake, Bonfire would activate faster, though it won't have as big of a damage bonus. He also gets a brand new A skill called Earth Boost 3, allowing him to receive defense +6 during combat if he has at least 3 more HP than the enemy. Couple this with Renewal 3 for a heal every other turn, and Boey looks like he has the potential of being a formidable tanky mage. I've seen a lot of players upset with how one-hit KO heavy the meta in Heroes has been so far, and with this batch of characters it definitely looks like things will be headed in a much more defensive direction with all of these new defense skills and characters. So far we've had mostly powerhouse glass cannon mages like Tharia, Lind, and Julia, and now it seems like we may be getting some more tanky, yet still competitive ones.
Traveling in a big group is a lot of fun!
May will be a Blue Mage, and she'll have access to Blar Owl, the blue variant of Boey's new tome. She also gets Drawback, which I love as an assist skill, and she also comes with Desperation, which is good for stacking both of your attacks at once for a one-hit KO when you're under 75% HP. She also gets Blue Tome Experience 3, which doubles the EXP gain of blue magic users on your team. This is one of the weird tech skills like we saw with the Spring characters like Spring Crom, and might be useful during Training Tower training, but for arena use you'll likely be throwing a Hone or Threaten skill on her to make her more viable with your team. In Echoes, May tends to be a bit more offensively potent than Boey, though much less tanky and has very low skill. Though in these quick battle sequences, their HP looks pretty similar, she'll likely have much lower defense, but we'll have to wait and see their level 40 stats to make any real determinations about these characters.
Cheer up!
Lastly, we have Genny, who will be a Grey Staff user. She gets access to Gravity, which is useful, but not the best considering you need to get within hitting range and attack the enemy to use it, unless you can pull Genny out of harm's way after. She also gets Physic, which is a nice way to heal from a safer distance away, like Maria. Like Riss, she'll also have Heavenly Light. Heavenly Light heals all other allies for 10 HP after healing a single ally, which is really good for training up units and giving your army a full heal. It also activates really fast with a cooldown of 2. Finally, she also gets a brand new skill in Wrathful Staff 3, which allows her staff attack damage to be calculated the same as other weapons. Could this make her actually somewhat offensively viable in an arena team? That will remain to be seen. Genny is definitely very interesting as far as healers go though, with access to more damage, gravity or another weapon spell to hinder opponents, ranged healing, and a full army heal every 2 actions. We'll also be getting a Rite of Shadows paralogue with some new maps and hopefully 3 difficulties for 3 times the orbs. There's also the Mage Voting Gauntlet going on over the next handful of days, so make sure you participate in that for a bunch more feathers, and the Grand Hero Battle with Ursula is back for those of you who haven't gotten her yet. That's going to wrap up this episode guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to slash the thumbs up down below, comment Heroes in the comment section, And also be sure to let me know how you feel about these upcoming characters. Are you going to pull for them? Let me know. Make sure to get subscribed if you haven't already, and also follow us on Twitter at LuckyCritGaming for more behind the scenes information and news that gets revealed on the fly. And I'll see you all next time.